The Technical Committee of the International Skating Union, ISU, is discussing proposals to simplify the rules in singles and pairs skating for the next Congress of the organization. This is reported by TASS with reference to a source familiar with the situation. In particular, there is an idea to reduce the number of compulsory jumps in the free skating program from 7 to 6, as well as to allow the repetition of one jump 3 times. Previously it was possible not more than twice. The number of cascades and combinations is proposed to be reduced from 3 to 2, one rotation is replaced by a choreographed rotation. In pairs it is proposed to reduce the number of supports with levels from 3 to 2, to remove the solo jump. The next ISU Congress will be held June 10th to 14th in Las Vegas. Tatiana Tarasova called the ideas of the ISU Technical Committee to simplify the programs wrong. I am surprised, of course, because in any kind of activity nowadays the bar is only raised, and suddenly in such a sport as figure skating it is lowered. Stupidity is unbelievable. With proposals like this, ISU is trying to save the sport, to give the weak a chance to participate and win. They don't care what it turns into, and what to do next, they will think about later. Skaters with little to no ability will compete with those who can do everything. But perfection cannot be undone, no matter how much they dislike us. I think it's a temporary measure. We will still teach something new, we will not stop. But within these rules. But we can host competitions according to ours, it's our business, our issue, said honored coach of the USSR Tatiana Tarasova. Yevgeny Plushenko called the proposals in the ISU to simplify programs ridiculous. It's probably within the discussion now, if they want to propose it, I think it's wrong. We have already started to roll less time for the free skating program, although earlier we discussed to bring it from 4 minutes 40 seconds, on the contrary, to 5 minutes, it would be great to add 20 seconds, because after all when 4.5 turns axles, quadruple jumps, combinations 4, many athletes, especially Russian, part of the international, for example, Ilya Malinin, move figure skating forward. We need to add a time period for the athletes to exhale somewhere, for there to be rastants, choreographic component. If we take the figure skating of the past, there was still more of a presentation of the image, today it is the minimum history of presentation. To repeat the same jump 3 times, it seems to me, is pointless. Somebody owns one jump, for example, a quadruple Lutz, which is the most difficult element according to figure skating criteria, the highest in terms of points, but does not own a quadruple tulip, he will jump quadruple Lutzes 3 times in a row. After all, this is a multifaceted figure skating, and we have to jump different jumps. It seems to me that this will not be accepted. Figure skating is first of all a sport, of course, it is art, ballet and theater, it is clear, but still it should remain a sport, said coach and 2-time Olympic champion in figure skating Yevgeny Plushenko. Natalia Besteminova sees pluses in the possible simplification of figure skaters' programs. There is a reason for this, because now skaters often jump from element to element. I don't see any crime in this, especially the introduction of an additional choreo element will mean that people will start to come up with something new. It's always very interesting, said the Olympic champion in ice dancing. Artem Kovalev said he doesn't understand why young figure skaters jump quadruples. I saw Margarita Bazilyuk's quadruple salcho, Euler, quadruple salcho cascade. I don't understand why girls do quadruples at such a young age. It's cool, but I don't see the point in it, because there are no international competitions. I don't understand why to give such colossal loads to a young body, said the figure skater. Gubanova responded to criticism that she won her title of European champion without competing with the Russians. These are standard comments. I can say that it is written by people who sit at home on the couch, and this is their opinion. Let them think so. We all know very well what a huge labor it is, and that hardly anything happens by chance in our sport. As we worked, we got what we got. As for the comments that there are no Russians, the competition is there, the participants are there, the medal is there, the title is there. And whoever is not there, the figure skater added. Figure skater Anastasia Gubanova said whether she thinks she is being judged biased. It's not really my business, because that's what the judges think. They put it that way, and apparently, the way we skate, that's how they put it. I can't say it any other way. It's not like I'm going to say, oh, it's not fair. Well, they put it up, they put it up. We go out there, what we've rolled on, that's what we put on. Reaction in the kiss and run at the Grand Prix stage in France. I was really freaking out there, because I expected a higher score, because I didn't perform that badly, certainly not on the scores they gave me. At that moment I was very emotional about it, I couldn't help myself a little bit. This is motivation to be better, to improve myself, to work even harder. It's a shame, but it still motivates me. It means I have to do even better, even more perfect, so that there was nothing to pick on, said the 2023 European champion. Maria Simonova's mom called it a miracle that the skater was not badly hurt. Simonova's partner Martin Breslovsky dropped her from the support during the short program at the competition for prizes of the FBCM president. The athlete hit her head on the ice, but she and her partner still finished the program. To be honest, I'm only now starting to recover from the shock, only now I'm realizing what happened. The ambulance took us away from the rink. I was traveling with Masha. Martin, her partner, was following us to the hospital, along with skater's coach, Bettina Popova. Our coach Sergei Aroselyakov also came to the hospital. Martin was with us the whole time, helping in any way he could, and today he was at the hospital again. He is still there, next to Masha. They are constantly communicating, they have good friendly relations. We have a very good team of athletes and coaches, whom we trust completely. At the rink, in the ambulance and in the hospital, the doctors were always near us. At the rink the doctor did not leave for a second, the ambulance doctor was always talking to us. And in the hospital we were provided with the best specialists. The whole management of our Moscow Figure Skating Federation was instantly involved in the process. We are very grateful for this. Thanks to Anton Viktorovich Abdurakhmanov, president of the Moscow Figure Skating Federation, we had the best doctors, and already in the evening I knew the diagnosis. I think it's just a miracle, because the fall was terrible, and in the end, a slight concussion, and that is questionable, as well as a hematoma. But otherwise everything is fine, and that's the most important thing. Of course, Masha is already raring to go on the ice, but at least until tomorrow she will stay in the hospital, and then she needs to stay at home for a while. Was it necessary to finish the program? I asked them this question. After all, this tournament was not a qualifying tournament, it was not so important. But they unanimously said, it was necessary, said Irina Simonova. Elena Kostornaya showed how she performs Todes together with Georgi Kanitsa. Dear friends, I hope I won't have to explain simple things anymore. It is not difficult to learn an element on the 4th level, but to put together several elements on the 4th level is really not easy. And to demand jewelry-like execution, from those who have just learned the element, is the equivalent of demanding steps from a child who has just learned to stand on his feet. I tried to explain clearly, and I hope there will be no more such questions, the figure skater wrote, publishing the video in her Telegram channel.